Welcome to a new tutorial on BM. In this section, we will cover the payment and invoicing process. This tutorial aims at answering the following frequently asked questions. When do I invoice a job? How do I invoice a job? When can I invoice a job not included in the audio project? When can I invoice a job for the audio project? To whom should I address my invoice? When do I receive my payment? For more information on invoicing and payment and other topics, please refer to the Frequently Asked Questions section in the BM login part. Invoicing and payment. Jobs must be in the approved status in BM in order to be invoiced. The invoice must be uploaded to the system as this is the only acceptable means with no exception. Although BM generates an internal invoice, you must include your own invoice. In the case of vendors who live in Argentina, the invoice is generated in the AFIP website. For the rest of the vendors, if you do not have your own invoice, you can request Go Global's invoice format via the ticket support system. To access the ticket support system, you can click the Frequently Asked Questions section in BM. If you haven't created an account yet, click on Sign In and create an account. There you will fill in all the corresponding fields and click on Register. Now you can log in. To log in, click on Sign In. Complete with your credentials. We suggest that you use the same credentials as you use to log in the Business Manager. And click on Sign In. In Select a Help topic, you will select the area related to your query. In this case, it is Administrative Support Payment Invoice. You will fill in the issue summary with a title, and in the text box you will write your query. You can select a priority level, low, normal, high, emergency, and then click on Create Ticket. Now let's have a look at the invoicing and payment cycle. Jobs are approved on the 10th day of the next month after the job was delivered. That is to say, if you deliver a job on the 8th of July, the job won't be approved on the 10th of July, but on the 10th of August. Now, if the 10th day is on a weekend or on a holiday, the jobs will be approved on the first available working day. For example, if the 10th is on a Sunday and Monday is a holiday, then the jobs will be approved on Tuesday the 12th. Once the job has the approved status, you can invoice them and upload the invoice from that day until the 20th. Payment will be issued between the 25th and the 10th of the next month. It is very important that you upload the invoice in the corresponding period, that is from the 10th to the 20th, because if you do so from the 21st onwards, then the payment will be issued on the following payment cycle. This invoicing and payment cycle applies to all the projects but audio projects. For such projects, payment is issued every 2 months. That is to say, if you delivered your jobs on July, they will be approved on September the 10th. Between September the 10th and the 20th, you can upload your invoice in BM. And between September the 25th and October the 10th, you will receive your payment. Uploading your invoice in BM. In order to upload your invoice in BM, you will first log in with your credentials in BM. In the option Approved, please create invoice, we can see the amount of jobs that are approved for invoice. You can select them manually one by one, or with the drop-down menu in Options, select all and click on OK. Once they have all been selected, click on Approved, please create invoice, and on the option Create Invoice for approved jobs. The internal invoice number is the invoice generated automatically by BM. In My Invoice Number, you will include your invoice number, for example 0083 000. In Upload Invoice, in this folder, you will click the folder and upload your invoice. You can drag and drop, upload, please make sure that the amount in BM matches the amount in your invoice. Once you do that, click on Submit for approval. It is very important, this step is very important, because if you do not click on Submit for approval, then the invoice won't be sent through the system.
In BM, after you press Create Invoice for Approved Jobs, under General Invoice Data, you will see the name of the company next to the recipient field. Please use the information matching your recipient to complete your invoice. For example, in my case, my recipient is GG Uruguay, so I will address my invoice to WaltMe Corporation SA and the address that is shown in the screen.
Payment information. If you prefer your invoice to be issued under somebody else's name, please send that person's invoicing data and an authorization stating that the invoice will be issued under X person's name. Likewise, if you prefer your payment to be issued in somebody else's bank account, please send us that person's bank account information and an authorization stating, I prefer my payment to be wired to X account. Payment is issued either via wire transfer or PayPal. If you prefer PayPal, please provide the email instead of the user. If you prefer wire transfer, please provide banking data, branch office, country, CBU and quit in the case of Argentina, SWIFT code for foreign countries. All this information is in the vendor form. Bear in mind that fees are associated to both wire transfers and PayPal. Go Global will not cover such fees. Therefore, such costs must be discounted from the total invoice amount. If you do not want to be paid for a small project, you can leave it with the approved status until you have more projects to invoice. For example, if the bank charges $20 fee for wire transfer and payment is $30, then you will only receive $10. In that case, it might be more convenient to add that project to the coming projects and invoice them all together the following month. However, that is up to the vendor's criterion. In such case, you will have to inform your decision to the payment area. In summary, for invoice and payment, wait until the job has been approved. Invoice the job or jobs from the day they have been approved until the 20th. Upload your invoice in BM. Payment will be issued between the 25th day of current month and the 10th day next month. For audio projects, the payment cycle is every 2 months. This concludes our tutorial on invoicing and payment in BM. Thank you.